Wallace.
Then this one?
So, as you might have noticed on the poster, there is a person that I very, very geniusly photoshopped a Rubik's Cube heart into this image and put a little Rubik's Cube heart in the place of a heart. And I did that because it's based on this poem. And Jenna, will you mess this up for me?
Sure.
There it is. So this is a poem that's inspired about a Rubik's Cube. And, Ian Wallace is going to solve the Rubik's Cube while I poet toward you. I'll use that as a, whatever it is, verb.
Oh, jeez.
You got it, there we go, there we go.
Yeah,
Does that mess up enough? Yes.
Yeah, it's great. So, here goes. When I was 13, I played Romeo in the school play. I didn't actually kill myself in the end, although my death did look really real. But the fact of the matter is, I did actually kiss the girl playing Juliet. Although I never used my tongue, though I thought about it. When I was 17, I lost my virginity to a girl I knew I loved. Not in the school play, but in the Green Forest Volvo I bought with my bar mitzvah money. It was on that night the term Shakespearean tragedy was redefined for me. Propped up against fog corridor, my body rumbling like earthquake, my girlfriend, who I knew I loved, reached into my chest, past the ribs which I called my protectors, and grabbed hold of my Rubik's Cube of a heart. As she twisted left, heaved right, up, then down, clockwise encounter, I could feel the colors of my heart exploding into a solid pattern of perfection. In less than 3 minutes, 27 different cubes found placements never thought possible thanks to algorithms humans were never ever really supposed to understand. And as I reached for my girlfriend's heart, she pulled out. Magic and logic can never exist simultaneously, and if they did, they'd wage war upon each other like Montagues who hate Capulets. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. I was sick of getting played. Life is not a theatrical event, for theater cannot exist without an audience. Life did not hand me a script to memorize an iambic pentameter. There were no beautiful sonnets with words I didn't mind looking up in the dictionary, and there was certainly no one waiting for me backstage to congratulate me on a job well done. It was on that night that I decided that maybe drama should be left to the theater. My ribs, which were supposed to protect me, peeled off each colored sticker and replaced them with numbers. When I turned 21, I got wasted and threw up every last slice of that frozen pizza featuring such toppings as passion, sensation, and anchovies. I spend my days alone, writing my thoughts in Sudokus and then eating them for fear that someone else would digest them. For the last 4 years, I had gone about my life without disturbing anyone, including myself. And as I laid on the bathroom floor, earthquakes inside of me moved. Maybe it was my liquored blood or my quenching stomach. It could have even been the anchovies. All that I really knew was that there was a beautiful man standing over me who identified himself as a red-hot chili pepper screaming, "Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read-through." And as I sat up in great confusion, I reached inside of my chest, my ribs, lacerating my knuckles as if to remind me what pain felt like. Shifting my Rubik's Cube of a heart every which way in that until satisfied that there was no way that it could ever be fathomed again, I replaced each colored sticker as if my heart had always been solved.
Perfect.
Oh. On the black Sharpie, and on each side, I wrote in black Sharpie. On the red side, risks are not my sins, but my prayers. On the orange side, the theater is my place of worship. On the green side, I wrote down the names of everyone I ever cared for. On the blue side, I cannot make a difference in anyone's life if I don't let others make a difference in mine. On the white side, I wrote nothing. On the yellow side, I wrote Shakespeare is still an asshole. I stood on unstable ground and drunk dialed a girl who wouldn't pick up her phone. I left a message with words I wouldn't remember the next morning. Hey, Juliet, it's Romeo. You know, from that play that we did in 7th grade. I just think that our lives in that play were so beautiful and so poetic. How can I ever live up to that? I mean, is love really worth it if we're just going to kill ourselves in the end? And if we're not going to kill ourselves in the end, are you just going to leave me? I don't want to be alone anymore, Juliet. I don't want to be alone. Peace in thine eyes, sleep in thy breast. Would I were peace and sleep, so sweet to rest. And for the first time in 8 years, I remembered what it was like to be human. Thank you. Alright.
You took me on the road with you, man. That was awesome.
Thank you, man.
I like you solved it.
Yeah.
You solved it again for yourself.
I admittedly have one more love poem. This will be the last.